Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. And today, well, we'll be concluding, for now anyways, my looks at the Batman Reanimated Series Collect-A-Build Jonah Hex from the episode Showdown Wave with good old Killer Croc. I threw a rock at him. I want to throw a rock at somebody because I can't finish this gosh darn wave, but at any rate, this, of course, is a Target exclusive. Oh, jeez. Brought to us by the fine folks over at, once again, I say DC Direct, but it is essentially McFarlane Toys, isn't it? So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mr. Croc has to offer in terms of accessories. And no, he doesn't come with a rock. No, he doesn't come with a Harvey Bullock to throw off a cliff. But he does come with a collectible trading card. Probably specifies that he would like to throw Harvey Bullock off a cliff, because he has a particular beef with him. I don't remember the details, but I did watch the episode earlier in the year, and man, what an amazing show. It wasn't perfect, but I'm going to say it was amazing. Give a show its flowers when it's deserved, right? That said, as far as accessories go, we do get a pair of fisticuffs. He can punch the crap out of you. He's a brawler like that. I think most of the times he's like a wrestler, isn't he? Then he also has some, they look like trigger fingers, but I assume they're just Bruce Timm. I almost said Don Bluth. Wrong animator. Style grip hands, but at any rate, he does come with two of those. And that's it, I'm afraid. Not a whole lot in terms of him. Jonah Hex, he came with like 3 weapons in his head, so that figure's going to be loaded whenever we finish it. Taking a closer look at Croc. Next to the Grey Ghost, this was the one I was looking forward to out of this wave. And I will tell you one thing about these hands. He doesn't come packaged with these claws. The fist hands are what come on him in the package. But I will tell you, I heated up the sockets on these to make the hands a little easier to swap. So if you do that, I haven't tested out the other side, but if you do that, you'll be able to swap the hands. Well, the right hand will come out. The left hand's giving me grief here. There we go. You see, it comes right out with a little bit of elbow grease. I can get it back in there. If not, his hand's going to be sticking out. There we go. I might actually heat that socket up to make that a little easier to pop out, because the one hand pops right out. The other one is a little tight, so be wary of that. Also be wary that if you pose this guy, this diaphragm joint that's like a waist twist and this ab crunch can get a little loose. Just a little bit. Due to the way I had him posed for final thoughts, mine got a little bit loose, but it seems to be going back to its original state and tightening up just a bit, so nothing to worry about there. As far as the rest of his articulation goes, his head is on a double ball peg. You actually get really good range out of that. He can look side to side, like so. He can look up a little bit, look down a little bit. Kind of give him the tilt. His shoulders will pop out about yay far. Shoulders look a little funky when you do that, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. His arms will rotate. Elbows will bend and rotate. Wrists will swivel and hinge there. That's all fine and dandy. Again, he's got this twist here, but if you use it, you're going to loosen it up. Same with the ab crunch, which only really does that, so that's kind of pointless. His hips are a little loose. These are the loose things that are loose out of the box. This one's not terrible. This one's pretty bad, but it is what it is. My dad went all the way like an hour from here and found this, so I'm not gonna screw with that. If anything, I might put some kikis in this hip, tighten it up a little bit, but it's nothing that bothers me. And not for nothing, he stands just fine. Like, he's not like falling over on me, so it ain't that bad. He's really easy to balance, probably because he's got big feet. No hinges in the feet, but he does have a twist. Then he does have a single jointed knee. That's nice and tight on both sides on mine. His hips can also move out. Forgot to mention that. So you can do the weird T-crotch split of doom there. But a cool figure. Do I like it as much as the Gray Ghost? Maybe not, but I do like him a lot. I'm glad to have him. I have the Bane from the last wave. That's the only one I have. I had Poison Ivy, but her dumbass broke, so I gotta replace that at some point. But yeah, I like this line despite its shortcomings. Is it a perfect line? No, but let's face it, this was not a perfect show. I mean, what the hell is Killer Croc doing looking like a frickin' monkey here? Looks like a monkey! It doesn't look like a croc, it looks like a monkey. But I'll give him props for doing something different and introducing one of my favorite characters into the Batman mythos in animated form there. That said, there is a green variant of this. It's a Platinum Chase, because back in the day, if you didn't know, I almost wonder if these weren't Hasbro, because I saw them when I was a kid. But there were 4-packs of the Kenner Batman animated figures. The one I got, it had Scarecrow, Joker, Batman, and Batgirl. The other one had, I'm assuming Batman, maybe a Robin of some kind. Maybe it was Alfred. And it came with Killer Croc, but he was green. And I think that's where they're getting that variant from. I think there was one with Clayface too, where his mace ball was like molded to his arm, and he was more animated color accurate. He was a little lighter color instead of like that poopy brown. He was more like a peanut butter, if that makes sense. But I remember getting that 4-pack at the old Kmart with the Scarecrow and Joker, not Killer Croc one. Although I do have a Kenner Killer Croc somewhere around here with his little crocodile friend, so maybe someday I'll bring back Throwback Thursdays and we'll look at that. But don't get your hopes up. That thing is deep in storage and I ain't digging for it right now. So with that being said, I think it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Killer Croc alongside the other figures from this collectible Jonah Hex Batman the Reanimated Series Wave that we've already taken a look-see at here on the channel. So please check those reviews out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. But nevertheless, we have the Grey Ghost and Ra's al Ghul, the evil satanic cult leader version, kind of, sort of. Not the green suit. I know a lot of people like the green suit, but me personally, I don't mind this look. I think it's kind of cool. But yeah, of course, Croc is a little bigger than these two. That makes sense. He's a bigger dude in the show. Him and Bane go toe-to-toe, so he has to be pretty sizable, right? That said, the weird thing, why does this guy have an ab crunch and not Bane? Very, very interesting indeed. But at any rate, like I said in the other two videos, these guys scale well together because they're not all the same size. I like the fact that this line has varying heights and, well, not a lot of reuse, to be honest with you. So getting these two out of the way so we can bring in our two regulars. Mythic Legion's brother Mandibolith right here, and the infamous Elephant Spawn, who is a little taller than Croc, but not enough to be towering. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and despite his clunkiness and some looseness in the hips there, good old Killer Croc is by far second to the Grey Ghost as far as favorites from this particular wave of Batman the Reanimated Series figures. Yeah, he's not perfect, but I love this oaf of a character. The only thing I wish he came with was a rock to throw at poor Batman when he wasn't looking. But that never actually happened in the show, so I guess no cry, no foul. My only major gripe as far as engineering goes with this figure is probably that weird ab crunch. I don't know why they went for that instead of just a diaphragm joint. I think that would have been a lot better. I mean, he has one, but it just swivels. They should have made it a ball peg so he could lean forward and back on it. But I digress. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.